Hello and welcome to Glowing Bicep, your favorite healthy living TV program. I'm Felix, your host for the day, and we're going to talk about how bad overindulgence could be for our general health and for our shape. We will have some thoughts from 3 fitness fanatics, but more on this later on in the program. For now, let's just say hello to Mr. Meatballs here, Miss Krusty Panini, and Mrs. Hamburger over there, a lovely bunch of French fries. Loves you lots sausage as well. And after that, we can happily glide on a slice of pizza like on a magic carpet. Seriously, is this what you want? More and more food, and I have to say, not the healthiest. People, this is getting serious. Obesity in the United Kingdom is a significant contemporary health concern, with officials stating that this is one of the leading preventable causes of death. In February this year, Health Secretary Jeremy Hunt described rising rates of childhood obesity as a national emergency, according to Public Health England. Causes cited for the growing rates of the obesity in the United Kingdom are multiple. Yet, at an individual level, a combination of excessive food energy intake and the lack of physical activity is thought to explain most cases of obesity. In 2014, 62% of the adults in England were classified as overweight or obese, compared to 53% 20 years earlier. More than 2/3 of men and almost 6 in 10 women are overweight or obese. Experts have predicted that by the year 2020, 1/3 of the United Kingdom population could be obese. Being overweight or obese increases the risks of illnesses such as type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, as well as some forms of cancer. According to a report published by the Commons Health Select Committee in November 2015, treating obesity-related medical conditions costs the NHS £5 billion a year and has a wider cost to the economy of a staggering £27 billion. The cost of obesity and diabetes treatment in the NHS is equivalent to the United Kingdom's combined budget for the police and fire services, law courts and prisons, 40% of total spending on education, and about 35% of the country's defense budget. As I previously said, we've met 3 fitness fanatics and asked for their opinion in this matter. For the moment, let's just say hello to Denver.
When I was a kid, you didn't have free access to the fridge. You had to ask. I mean, nowadays, kids can just go to the fridge, and 9 times out of 10, there's nothing really healthy in the fridge, and kids are just getting bigger and bigger by the day. If you ask me, it's the lowest form of neglect, letting kids get like that, because I know it's impossible, but it'd be nice to have a nation of kids with all crossed muscle fibres rather than obese kids, because it's going to it'll get bad in a minute for parents, and and also for the kids as well. I mean, get on a BMX, go out on your bike, go out on a skateboard, scooter, wherever it is. Just don't sit in and just eat and play the computer. It's just wasting your life. And in a minute, you won't be able to get off that sofa. You won't be able to go and do those things. You won't be able to. So if you're scared of failing, everyone's scared of failing. No one knows where they're going to end up. You just got to try, dig deep. What they say is no pain, no gain. You'll get there in the end if you really, really want it. It's doable.
Thanks very much. Thank you, Denver. True, true. Now let's see what Warren has to say about this.
Good question. I think probably the government needs to do more. They need to make the parks more attractive to young kids. Get the ground plays very attractive to young kids in terms of, make sure that the playgrounds are safe and secure. The thing that most of parents are worried, the safety for their children. They can let their kid go to, a park, but when there are things happening around the park, you find like people, using substance and hanging around the parks. Obviously, as a parent, I won't feel safe letting my son or my daughter go into that park. If the government can come up with a system of make sure that the park and the playgrounds, they're safe for their children, and everyone would be happy to let their kids go there. But no, when you sit at home and you see on TV or on the radio that something happens and so. As a parent, don't worry. I've got a son for myself. I don't let him out go in the parks because of what's going on at the moment. But if the government can tackle that the security side of it, and obviously make it more appealing to youngsters, obviously. Kids, they feel happy to go to the park and play with their mates.
Interesting opinion, interesting point. Thank you very much, Warren. What do you think about this, Nick?
For one thing, they need to put the prices of healthy food down, because if you go shopping, you will see that you can buy pizzas, burgers, kebabs, etc., very, very cheaply. And for mum to do that for their kids when they come home from school, they can do it within a matter of minutes. And you look at the healthy stuff, and it is so expensive, yet the government are always preaching on to people, be healthy, cut your weight down, your child's obese. Help these people out by dropping the prices of these healthy foods. Instead of putting them up, put the prices down. Put the prices for the junk food up, and then maybe things will turn around and people will eat more healthy. It's just the pure price of some of the stuff nowadays is extortionate in the shops. It really is.
Pardon? Can you say that again, please, Nick?
For one thing, they need to put the prices of healthy food down.
Very good point. Thank you very much, Nick. Very well said. You are absolutely right. Look what I just found. Piles and piles and piles of junk food for the price of next to nothing. No offense, but this is the shortcut for a big belly. Ironically, you pay the same price for a much, much smaller quantity of something really, really healthy, but basically a fistful of leaves. And if your 5 a day is costing you £2.50, this will amount to a staggering £912.50 over a year's time. Yes, you hear that well, £912.50, more than the value of a third-hand small hatchback. Much more probably than you might spend on a gym clothing, bike accessories, and so on. But eating, healthy or not, is just a part of the equation, the problem one. Is there a solution, a cure, a fix for this? Of course it is. Denver, Warren, and Nick will show that the unachievable is down to you, really. All you need is just a bit of patience, commitment, and few drops of sweat. Let's see them, how they train.
I had a very, very good childhood. I mean, a good childhood. It was a very, very active one. And I remember me being 7 years old, following my dad going for a run, even though he didn't want me to go along, but I used to follow him. And I grew up in that kind of environment. And I grew up with the love of physical activities. And it's just a way of, breaking boundaries.
Hello, mate. How are you?
Good. You all right?
Yeah.
Good. I'm coming for a session.
Come on through.
Cheers. Thank you.
Here we go. Come on in, lost shot. Ready? Here we go. Come on, ready? Go with me. Come on. And again. Come on. And again.
When I was a young lad, do you know what I mean? The first advertising I saw was a big guy on the beach, the little skinny guy, and obviously the big guy was kicking sand in the skinny guy's face. And I thought, whoa, do you know what I mean? I don't want to be that little skinny guy, because when I was younger, I was only a very, very skinny guy. My goal had been achieved, which now allows me to train 6-7 days a week if I want to train. Do you know what I mean? It's all the facilities are here for me, and it's nice to see like some of the guys who come here. They're not all big bodybuilders, Do you know what I mean? It's not perceived as a big bodybuilder's, well, it is perceived as a big bodybuilder's gym, but we try not to let that happen. Do you know what I mean? We get big guys coming in here, and over the years I've seen them transformed. Do you know what I mean? They've lost weight, they've toned up, and they look absolutely amazing. So it shows that you can do it if you just get off your bum and get out there and do it.
If you want to train and get into your athletics and be fit, there's ways of doing it. You can read books. Every person's different. Things will work different for different people. If you're tall, you know, a pulling exercise might be good for you. If you're short and stumpy, maybe a pushing exercise. We're always trying to get in the lower the calories, not the sweets, carbonated drinks, fizzy drinks, they got to go.
An average member of the public only needs 150 minutes of exercise a week, and that's less than 30 minutes a day. So if you can just go out, go on your bike for 25 minutes a day, tomorrow go for a long walk, or just go for a run, or just do something, half an hour a day. That's all an average member of the public needs to. Unless you're an athlete, then you can train professionally. But if you want to lead a very healthy lifestyle, as a member of the public, only half an hour a day of your time, and I'm sure everyone can find that half an hour, just to go out and get active and. Message to you people out there, you should know that fitness is not just a trend, fitness is the way of life. Because the same body that you're neglecting today will be the same body that will be needing tomorrow.
That was all we had time for today. Thank you very much for watching us. Until next week, bid farewell to your inner sausage. Stay and eat healthy.